Tourists turn up in their millions each year to see Yorkshire's natural attractions, but some are harder to get to than others. The Yorkshire Dales is one of the country's most dramatic landscapes. Over millions of years, water passing through the limestone has carved out spectacular rock features. And nowhere's more dramatic than this place. Gaping Gill is Britain's biggest cave chamber. A huge hole in the ground that falls away 360 feet to the base of this immense cavern.
It's Britain's finest cave. It's a fantastic place. You've got a 360-foot high shaft open to daylight, which falls into the biggest cave chamber in Britain.
This incredible spectacle can normally only be seen by experienced cavers. But for 1 week a year, a local potholing club set up a special winch to lower the public into this massive underground chamber. But today, there's been an accident. Someone's been hit by a large rock, and they've been knocked out.
Are they actually at Gaping Gill itself?
The cave rescue team have called for the air ambulance. Otherwise, this patient would face a bumpy hour-long trip in a Land Rover back to the nearest road. But Helimed 99 can be there in just a matter of minutes. Paramedics Sammy Wills and Pat Greekin are on their way.
We've been requested by Cave Rescue to attend a place called Gaping Gill above Ingleborough.
There's a lot of caving and climbing goes on in that area, so we don't know whether we're going for a climber or a caver. We'll have to wait and see when we get there. We believe it could be a caver, but you never know when you get on scene.
It's a clear day and the sun's out, but for pilot Steve Cobb, it's the wind that's causing him concern.
The weather today is not particularly nice for flying. It's very gusty wind, gusting about 40-45 knots on the ground, so up on the exposed hills it may be a bit worse than that, so we'll just have to wait and see when we get there how bad it is.
Is that vehicles that's just below the top there, Steve?
Yeah, also isn't it?
Yeah.
As soon as they've landed on the windswept hillside, Sammy meets the cave rescuers who've already been treating the patient. The accident's happened at the bottom of a steep slope. Kerry Sell had been waiting to go down the cave when a loose boulder fell and hit her on the back of the head, knocking her unconscious.
How bad does the sickness feel?
It's
been on and off, hasn't it? It's been on and off.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how you go once we're moving you. Yeah. Okay.
We had a report from Bradford Pothole Club that someone waiting up here had had a loose rock fall on their head. They'd been unconscious and just had a scalp injury.
It was the sound of the rock rolling down the bank, and they said the young lady in the stretcher, she was sat upright, didn't see it, just hit her on the back of the head and she collapsed.
Members of the local pothole club were going to be taking Kerry down the cave. Instead, they've been left to deal with her injuries here on the surface.
There was just a lot of blood matted in her hair, but she was very, very pale. She was shaking and she kept going in and out of consciousness, coming back and then saying that she'd got blurred vision, really didn't feel well at all.
The paramedics know head injuries need to be treated very carefully, so flying Kerry to the nearest hospital is by far the best option.
We're going to bring her up the steps, load her onto the aircraft and then get her off to Airedale Hospital.
But the wind's picking up. Pilot Steve Cobb has already had to tie down the rotor blades to stop them being damaged by the gusts. If it gets any worse, they won't be flying anywhere.
Well, the landing's not a problem, it's actually starting up again because we've got 50 knot limitation on the start for the rotors and it's probably over 40 at the moment when it's gusting. Steady wind's not so bad, but gusting wind makes things worse, so we may just hope for the best and hope the wind just dies down a little bit just for us to get going. It won't be quite tense when we start it, but...
Talk is so windy. We're going to put her onto a longboard. She's on a little stretcher, but that can't come with us, so we're going to put her onto a longboard and into our aircraft.
Which side do you want her on? Spin round then. Keep it high, keep it high.
So with Kerry on board, the hospital treatment she needs is only minutes away. But the gusts are blowing harder, and if Steve removes the ropes holding onto the rotor blades, the wind could snap them clean off. Whether Kerry gets to hospital now depends entirely on the weather. This is all about crucial timing. And eventually, Helimed 99's engines take the strain and the plan's worked. They can now head off this windswept moor towards the hospital.
There are a bit of breeze on your face, all right?
Yeah.
While Kerry's condition seems to have stabilised for now, it's vital her head injury is thoroughly checked out at the hospital.
The fact that the rock has fallen onto her and knocked her out for a few minutes, that's our main concern, is that she could have concussion or any other head injury.
This spectacular cave is only open to the public for a few days every year, and Kerry's unexpected trip to hospital has meant she's missed her chance. But just 4 days later, the cave rescue team are heading back to the Gill, and they've got a special passenger. Only hours after Gaping Gill closes to the public for another 12 months, Kerry's come back. Her rescuers have laid on a VIP visit to the cave to make up for a bump on the head.
I'm okay. Just a bit like coming back is a bit weird, seeing where it was and that, but I'm okay.
The cut on Kerry's head has been treated with stitches and she's had a few days rest. Now she's feeling ready to head down into this huge abyss.
I'm quite excited about going down. A bit nervous, but it looks good.
And now, Kerry's time has come.
Yep.
At the start of the week, she'd been heading upwards for treatment in an air ambulance. Now, she's on her way downwards into this immense cavern.
That was amazing. I was really good. It gets really small though. You think you're going to hit something, and then as it comes down, it gets really big, and you hear the water and see it coming down that like rock face. That was brilliant. I really enjoyed that.
So now a chance to explore a unique underground world. After a speedy recovery made even quicker by Helimed 99.
It was a lovely ride and the pilot was brilliant, considering it was really windy that day. And the woman there was really nice and she was like talking to me and she was really helpful. So I reckon if the helicopter wasn't there, I wouldn't have been able to like recover as quickly.
And it seems Kerry's caving experience might not be ending here.
She had a smile on her face when she came back. I just spoke to her and she seemed fairly amazed by it. She just said she's considering taking up caving, so she's talking about joining the club. So there you go. All you need to get new members is whack them on the head with a rock.